says, Shimmy says, Shimmy, Shimmy, Shimmy says, ask me almost anything.
Hey everyone, it's Alan Shovel, and this is another Shimmy Says. Thanks for joining me. You know, I've been talking, but I'm not the only one. We've all been talking about AI, agentic AI, people losing their jobs to AI, AI helping people with their jobs. But for the most part, you know, we talk about AI and in a very narrow band, especially here at TechStrong. We talk about AI helping people code, or AI replacing people in writing computer code. We talk about AI in marketing and writing, helping here at TechStrong, helping writing, helping create better marketing material. But that's not the extent of where AI is going to disrupt. AI is going to be disruption across the entire spectrum of human existence. I think we got some great examples of it this week that I want to bring up to you. First of all, Microsoft announced the results of a study that was done using something they call their Microsoft AI Diagnostic Orchestrator. That's the MAI-D small XO. It rolls right off the tip of your tongue. I don't know if thinking AI would have come up with a better name. But the bottom line is this. Using, I think it was New England Journal of Medicine cases, the AI was 4 times more accurate in diagnosing medical conditions than human doctors were. Human doctors were only something like 20%, at 20% accuracy, and the AI was at 80%. Well, you still don't want to be the other 20%, but 4x, and it's still learning, so to speak, is a huge number. Think about what this means. Right, first of all, worldwide, we have a shortage of doctors. We have a shortage of medical personnel. With this kind of ability, what could it mean to help people, to help underserved areas better diagnose and treat patients, right? Because think about it. If it's better at diagnosing based on symptoms, history, etc., it's probably better at prescribing remedy, whether it be prescription drugs or treatment plans or what have you. So look, for our doctors out there, what does this mean? It doesn't mean throw your medical degree away and you're being replaced by AI necessarily. But I think you got to think about, how do you leverage that to be a more effective physician, to be a better doctor, be a better healthcare provider? Another thing in the medical field, you know, how much surgery today is robotic surgery, and how far has that come in being a great way to, you know, do surgery? Well, when we start talking about, you know, physical AI combined with robotics, what is that going to mean for surgery? Can it do heart surgery better? Can it do, you know, cutting edge kind of stuff that humans maybe can't do? And certainly a robot can do it longer than a human can. So, you know, I think the health professional field is really going to be turned upside down with this AI technology. And for all the attention we give to technology fields, medicine is a place ripe for disruption with AI. And, you know, quite frankly, we may need it because, as I said, we have a shortage of healthcare professionals in the world today. But it's not just medicine. Let me give you another example. A court, I think it was in Georgia, threw out a case because overturned a case on appeal, because it turned out that case was decided based upon briefs submitted by attorneys that attributed, you know, stare decisis, that attributed certain legal findings to made-up cases. That's right, to BS cases. And courts made rulings based upon the pleadings containing cases that were totally fabricated by AI. The AI, wrote the pleadings. The AI wrote the briefs and made up cases to fit the fact pattern. Now, hallucination, yes. Wrong, yes. Was the court right to overturn the case as a result? Yes. But, another case came out, and I think it was Colorado, where the court fined the attorney for using AI for his briefs. And again, it contained fake or false prior precedent cases. And in that case, the court mentioned that there's been something like 156 different cases out there that have had bogus cases mentioned in support by their attorneys. Now, I'm not necessarily blaming the attorneys. This is a technology problem. We need a technology answer. It should be easy enough to have technology that combs these briefs, looks at the citations for cases, and then goes and verifies that those are in fact real cases and that the findings contained in those briefs are in fact the findings of the cases themselves. But again, my eldest son just graduated law school a couple months ago. He's worked in the legal technology lab at his school. Lawyers in the legal field are using chatbots and AI, not just for their pleadings, but to help indigent clients who can't afford attorneys. It's just doing briefs, interrogatories, legal research. Again, the impact and the disruption that AI is going to cause in the legal field is going to be immense. I will take other, we're starting to see more and more of like the Waymos. And of course, Elon Musk and Tesla announced the Tesla taxi. I think it's they're going to trial in Austin, Texas, right? What about when we take that to trucks, right? How many truck drivers, move America, right? How much of our food and goods go by truck across the highways of America? How long will it be until truck drivers are sort of a thing of the past? Huge disruption. So for all those sitting out there looking at AI, and I know especially our tech-strong audience, right? We think of, my goodness, AI can write beautiful code, or it doesn't write beautiful code. AI is more than a parlor trick. It's more than asking it questions or to do things in the style of William Shakespeare. Make no mistake, it is disruptive. Now, as I said, I think it was last week, there's two ways you could approach this. You could, woe is me, my career is over, and go plant your head in the sand, right? Why, and hope it passes and it's not that bad. Or you can embrace this and say, what can I do to leverage this to make myself better? My advice to you this week from Shimmy is, go embrace this and figure out what could you do to make yourself better by embracing what AI is giving us, what AI is bringing to us. We'll keep talking about this over the next weeks and months, but don't sit back and let it happen to you. Don't be a victim. Go take the bull by the AI horns here and figure out how you become a more valuable employee, a more valuable to yourself as well as society member by harnessing and leveraging AI. Until next week, this is Shimmy, man. Have a great night, great week. We'll talk to you soon.
Shimmy says, shimmy says, shimmy, shimmy, shimmy says, ask me almost anything.